y bienvenidos a la Deuces Wild Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente de su mejor cerveza. No abate por No Filter Network. Miguelito Santiaguito not with us this morning. Will the Thrill Clark not with us this morning. But even better, our guy, Ben Shapiro, the creator of the Celebrity Pickleball Bash. Ben, each and every single morning we come on here, man, and we take these yes fingers, we put them in the air like this, and we properly not only salute you for coming on the show, but each and every one of our listeners. You ready? Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I like it. I like the energy. I like the energy. It's very on brand with what we're trying to do here with Celebrity Pickleball Bash. You know, Eric, we're calling it Pickletainment, and we're also referring to it as Picklepalooza. So it's really the brand of pickleball we're trying to establish with Celebrity Pickleball Bash is taking the sport of pickleball and taking celebrities, pairing them with pro players, mixing in music and entertainment. Hey, that's Pickletainment right there for you.
It's so cool. It reminds me a little bit of Banana Ball. Now, I spent some
Yes.
time with the Savannah Bananas and sort of recreating how we can enjoy the sport and make it all encompassing for everybody. Ben, how did you even think about this, and how did this come together?
Yeah, well, I played tennis in college, and when pickleball kind of came on the scene, obviously I started playing it, and everybody's talking about it. And the last 5 years has been so much growth. And my company, Pivot Agency, my background is I played tennis in college, then I was an executive for the Golden State Warriors for 13 years, and then I started my own company, Pivot Agency, and one of our clients the last 5 years has been the PPA. So we've been the agency of record for the PPA, and met Connor Pardo and Dirk Pardo really early on as they kind of were building this league. And we've had a front row seat to kind of watch the rocket ship that is the UPA, what used to be the PPA, is kind of now the PPA and MLP together. Yeah, so I've been working on pickleball for 5 years. I went to a celebrity event that they put on over in Dallas with Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki and John Isner and Tony Romo. And I said, this is interesting, right? Because, part of my whole thing with the pro side is like, I play pickleball every Thursday night with my buddies, and, you know, nobody can name two pro pickleball players' names. And so I thought, hey, if we could bring celebrities in to give a spotlight on some of these great pro players. And we got Jesse Irvin, Hayden Patrickin, Christian Alshon, a number of other pros that are here. And, playing with Terrell Owens and Hunter Pence and Chris Mullen and Anthony Anderson and Mario Lopez, they just have like, I don't know, 60x the social media following, right? So like when they can kind of bring their platform and exposure to the pro players, I think it's going to be, I hope that Celebrity Pickleball Bash is a growth vehicle for the sport of pickleball and for the pro pickleball and the PPA and MLP and everything that they're doing over the UPA.
Yeah, so you mentioned Jesse Irvin, you mentioned Hayden Patrick Quinn, you mentioned Christian Alshon. These are huge names in the sport of pickleball. But outside of maybe me, who just happens to be a pickleball groupie and fanatic and obviously avid player, not a lot of people would recognize those names. How close are we, though, to seeing pickleball become mainstream? Ben, this is the fastest growing sport in America for like 4 years running.
Yeah, I mean, it is the fastest growing sport in North America. It just got announced that pickleball's overtaken tennis as it pertains to Apple Watch users, tracking their exercise. So, you see it in parks, racket clubs, country clubs. They're taking out tennis courts, taking out basketball courts, putting in pickleball courts because the demand's there, right? I mean, everybody plays it. It's easy to play. It goes from 8 to 80. Actually, Rick Barry's playing in this event. He's 80. So, I think that's kind of really cool. And I think that the growth's there. I do think that, the pro players and the name awareness has still got a little bit of room for growth. And that's what I hope Celebrity Pickleball Bash essentially does.
Well, dude, one of the things I actually read this morning, and they were talking about WNBA players compared to pickleball players, and women specifically. And Anna Lee Waters, the number one player in the world, her salary is upwards of like $3 million now with the sponsors and everything else. Are we going to see this sport do you think at some point, I don't want to say take over tennis, and it's but where's the comp? Where's the ceiling for where pickleball can go?
Well, I think there's the ceilings, the sky's the limit, right? We're just getting started. This thing, I mean, it's been around a long time, but it's only been really mainstream for 5 years. So I think it's, that's why you see people like LeBron James and Draymond Green and Naomi Osaka and Tom Brady and others, right? They're investing into MLB teams. So yeah, no, I mean, I think it's going to continue to grow, and we want to be a part of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so obviously you're putting this thing together. Is in conjunction. You guys have any affiliation with the NBA All Star Game taking place in San Francisco tomorrow?
No, I mean, we're not an official event or anything like that. We talked about it. We ultimately decided not to do that. I think the initial plan was like to try to attach this event to major citywides like NBA All Star or the Super Bowl or, the US Open tennis or the Kentucky Derby or the Grammys. But we're going to learn as we go and figure out how and where this brand can show up. I mean, the good thing is all of the celebrities that are participating, right? Like Jalen Brunson. Well, Jalen Brunson's not playing because he's an NBA All Star, but he's a equity partner. Jalen Brunson, Anthony Anderson,
Yeah.
Mario Lopez, Terrell Owens, Hunter Pence, John Isner. So we got about 25 celebrities that are actually equity partners in this business, right? So it's not just about showing up one time, it's about building it together. So we got to figure out how we're going to do that and how we're going to scale it. This is our first event. It's happening in 4 hours, and we're down here at the Warfield. We got the theater, we got the stage all set up with a court. And we're just got a lot, my staff's running around. We got a lot of different things. We're trying to get ready. Doors open at noon, right?
So talk to us about the series of events that you're going to have today. Uh, Elimination, bracket play, doubles tournament. Is that it?
Yeah, so it's a doubles tournament. We're pairing celebrities with pro players, right? So Terrell Owens is playing with Jesse Irvine. Um, Trying to go off memory here. Hunter Pence is playing with Paris Todd. Anthony Anderson's playing with Gabe Tardio. Um, Tyler Hansbrough is actually playing with Rick Barry. So they don't actually have a pro on their team, but they're two very good celebrities. We have Brandy Chastain playing with Jack Sock. We have Chris Mullen playing with Christian Alshon. We have Uriah Faber playing with Hayden Patrickin. And then we have Festus Ezeli playing with John Isner. So those are also two celebrities, two 7-footers against two 5'5" guys. That should be interesting optics for that matchup. But yeah, it's different format too, Eric. I mean, we're playing not a game to 11. We're playing 11-minute running clock. So there'll be 11-minute running clock. They got a 7-second serve clock. So you got to serve in 7 seconds or you lose the point. There's no side out, so rally scoring. Every point counts. And here's the kicker: body bags are worth 2 points.
Oh, if you play pickleball, you appreciate that statement. I mean, there's nothing better than a good body bag, Ben.
Yeah, although I adjusted that rule a little bit, and I made it where pros can only get 2 points on pro on pro for body bags. Otherwise, celebrities might get hurt or something like that.
Well, a pro could body bag a celebrity almost every single point if they wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
So
I mean, I'm looking at these pairs, and I have it here, and you just went over them. So again, like the one team that doesn't have the pro is Rick Barry and Tyler Hansbrough. Now, both of those guys are legit pickleball players. So I know Rick Barry's super into it. Now, I'll bet he's
yeah,
80 years old, but I know Tyler Hansbrough plays a lot as well.
yeah. I think it's. I mean, I kind of try to make the matchups equal as much as I could. I mean, obviously the pros are at a different level. I don't have intimate knowledge on everybody's level of play, but I tried to kind of talk to them, understand how much they play, where kind of their game's at, and then match them up accordingly. And I don't know, man. Like look at you're a pickleball guy. You probably know these guys too. It's like it's hard to call. I don't think there's a favorite. I think that Christian and Chris Mullen might be kind of the favorite if I had to like make a bet right now. Anthony Anderson and Gabe Tardio could be interesting. I mean, Anthony says he plays a lot. He's a 4-0 player, so
Ooh.
Gabe's solid as they come. Um, so we'll see. Well, we're just gonna have to kind of 11-minute running clock. You just don't know. Everybody's. Here's the other thing, man. We got a $10,000 diamond chain on the line for each winner, right? The two people that win the team, right? So in addition to bragging rights, we got some bling on the line, which I think might stir up the competition even more. And I think it's going to be really fun to watch. And by the way, this is going to be televised on Tennis Channel 2 and Pickleball TV.
Nice.
It's going to be condensed. It's not going to be filmed live. It's going to be condensed down to a 1 hour show. We got 3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow. Today is a tournament bracket. Tomorrow's a team competition. We're going to take that content and make it a 1 hour highlight show. So people should definitely tune in to Tennis Channel 2 and Pickleball TV next weekend. It'll air next weekend on the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah. So Ben, I mean, the question becomes how much are the pros going to take over? Because you know as well as I know, in any mixed game, even the pro can dominate the court. So I think it's going to be this real delicate balance for the professionals to try to figure out, okay, how much are we here to entertain and how much are we here to win? This should be interesting.
I think everybody's gonna want to win. I think the celebrities. Hey, look, we had a cigar night last night just to kick everything off, and all the celebrities and pro players were there, and I saw the celebrities going up to pro players and saying, "Hey, I want to get this win, right? So let's go." So I think that Terrell Owens, I can tell you right now, has gone on Jesse and said, "Hey, look, I plan to win this thing," and he's been working with a coach and playing a lot. He obviously doesn't play as much as you. He hasn't played as long as you, but I think that everybody, pro players and the celebrities, yeah, they're gonna be mic'd up, they're gonna have fun, but at the end of the day, I think everybody wants to win. Nobody's coming in here just to go through the motions.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the field, if you tell me that Anthony Anderson is a 4-0 player and then you put him with a Gabe Tardio, that's it. I mean, that's got to, in my opinion, that's got to be the squad. Unless, Terrell Owens, I don't think he's there yet, right? Um, you look at Hunter Penn. I've played with Hunter Penn. Watch Hunter play. I think Hunter has a potential to be a fucking 5-0 plus. Like he has unbelievable skill. Him and I think honestly, like we played pickleball for the first time together. Maybe it was my second or third time. This is about a year and a half ago. And we had so much fun. We're running around the court. And I'm like, dude, let's quit everything we do in life and let's just go play pickleball together.
I love it, love it.
We're gonna become pro pickleball players. And
Yeah, yeah.
I kept playing from that point. I know Hunter didn't play nearly as much. I'm not sure. But he's always prepared for everything. So don't be surprised to see Hunter come out and have a fantastic tournament.
Right. Paris is playing good right now too. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be, like I said, I can't pick it, man. I think it's going to be a lot of really good matchups, and you know, these pros, while they can take over the court, they also can get it to the celebrity. So if each pro is getting it to the celebrity, it's just going to make it really interesting. That's what I mean. Hey, that's what sports are all about. I always say, like, sports are the best reality TV that exists, and um, I think this might. I'm hoping. This is our first event. I'm hoping that this is going to be just that, right? This is going to be something that people just go, "Wow, this is so interesting." We got great merchandise collaborations. We just dropped Aviator Nation just dropped a merchandise collaboration here, so they're a popular brand. D Hudson did the same. Um, yeah, man, it's going on here. So for people that are listening, and we still got tickets available. It starts at 1 o'clock today. We're testing the mics over here. So if people want to come down and check it out, if you're in San Francisco or the Bay Area, we're at the Warfield Theater, San Francisco, 1 to 4 p.m. today. We also got a session tomorrow, noon to 3 p.m. So come on down, get some tickets. They start at $25. We got them available, and it's good. I think it's gonna be a heck of a show.
And this whole thing is tied to charity as well, right, Ben?
Yeah, the Positive Coaching Alliance is our charitable partner of choice. So we're taking some of the proceeds. We're going to be donating it to Positive Coaching Alliance, which is an organization that I really believe in. Right, they're all about building character and integrity through youth sports, which is really important. Right, I mean that I was a college tennis player. I was an athlete growing up, not at the pro levels like you, but I think people you learn a lot about how to work together as a team, how to be disciplined, how to be persistent, how to have good work ethics through sports, and that translates to your life, right? If you don't make it to be a pro ball player like yourself, it translates to your job, it translates to being a father, it translates to everything you do in your life. So
And then lastly here, Ben, I'm just mesmerized by the Warfield, an epic,
yeah, it's like it's
iconic
happening
venue.
here. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
yeah.
take a look at this, please.
So these are there's Lincoln Boots, our suite up there. It's a luxury suite. We got the pro players are doing a little clinic right now with some of VIP guests and sponsors. You can't really see the whole upper level there, but I'm down on court side. I guess I could kind of come on court here.
Do we have to be
Yeah.
concerned about falling off the stage on an
Well,
ATV or something?
yeah. I mean, we're supposed to be getting some. We're supposed to get some railings in here, but they're apparently trying to locate the right railings. So that hopefully happen before we start the tournament.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to it, dude. Honestly, it's a celebration of pickleball. It's a celebration of the Positive Coaching Alliance. I can't tell you, I'm sad to miss it. I mean, we've talked about this, but I was supposed to be coaching this weekend down in Southern California for baseball, but it got rained out. So, regardless, dude, I had fully support, love everything you're fucking doing is so good for the sport of pickleball, great for entertainment. And I think the more people we introduce this great sport to, and also introduce pros to, these are some dynamic athletes, and I think as time goes on, this is just going to continue to grow, grow, and grow. So something that I hope to be a part of in the future.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, man. Thanks for having me on, and let's definitely stay in touch, and maybe we'll do this again. And tune in, and let's see how this goes. We're right on the eve of everything, so.
That's it. So go out to the Warfield, 1 o'clock today, 12 noon tomorrow, and check it out. Kind of one big party, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's going to be pickletainment, like we call it. It's going to be, I should also say, in addition to pickleball, right, we're going to have a lot of music going on. We have live music performances. We have comedy. We have dance performances. So it's going to be that type of environment, that type of vibe, if you know what I mean.
Ben, I appreciate you, dude, and thanks for coming on, and hopefully see you out there.
All right, Eric, be good.
See ya! Ben Shapiro. What a good guy. I met him at a pickleball tournament. I think it was in Sacramento. And I was fully in support. He told me about this. And I'm like, yeah, man, like whatever it takes. And so when he called me, it's like, yo, I want you to be involved. Obviously, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking all in. And then it just happened to coincide with this baseball tournament that we had this weekend. Being the head coach of that team, I could not bail on it. But now I'm up here in Tahoe looking down there going, man, what a awesome thing that they have going. The pros, they have all the top pros. I'll say all, but damn near, right? No Anna Lee Waters, no Ben Johns. But other than that, I mean, Hayden Patriquin right up there towards the top. Jesse Irvin right up there towards the top. Christian Alshon, I think he's number 2 or 3 player in the world right now. It'll be interesting to see how the celebrities do and what sort of game that they have. I think this is going to come down to if they play pickleball, it's on, because the pros again can take over the court at any point. But if you have a pro going to a pro and an amateur, that pro is going to do a good job getting the ball to the amateur. And so with some bling on the line, a $10,000 necklace? Are you shitting me? Look out. I have a feeling these pros are going to come guns blazing and firing. All right, Daily Hustle quote of the day. The trick is growing up without growing old. Now, ain't that the truth in life? It's Casey Stengel, by the way, that said that. When we grow up, we learn. And in a lot of ways, it's education. And we take our experiences in life and we then apply them to going forward. And then we make typically better, smarter decisions. that give us the best chance to have success. That's called growing up. Growing old, totally fucking different. When we look at life as if, I've been there, I done that, I'm growing up, I'm above it, and we stick our nose up, no. You know what that's called? That's not called life, that's called death. So, the trick, as Casey Stengel says, let's continue to grow up without growing old. Okay, like I mentioned, the Celebrity Pickleball Bash. This is article number 1 of the top 5 news stories on this Saturday morning. Retired Bay Area sports stars and other celebrities will participate in the pickleball tournament in San Francisco this weekend. The Celebrity Pickleball Bash should be held at Warfield. Music venue located, iconic music venue located at 982 Market. Events will happen Saturday and Sunday afternoon, the same weekend of the NBA All-Star Game. All right, here's the celebrities. This is what I want to get to. Mario Lopez, Chris Mullin, Terrell Owens, Brandi Chastain, Hunter Pence. Look out for Hunter Pence. Now, Anthony Anderson is an actor, comedian. If he is a 4-0 player, look the fuck out. That could be dangerous. And then you have Jesse James and Eric Decker. Now, Jesse James Decker, singer, and then Eric Decker, former Broncos wide receiver. So day 1 here, it includes the single elimination doubles tournament. Day 2 includes games featuring each team's best players and skills challenges. Both days will have live music. We're basically launching a brand new brand of pickleball, said Ben Shapiro, who we obviously just had on, who was hosting the tournament. Combining the celebrities and the pro players, we're building a pickleball tournament on stage at the Warfield. Okay, so we saw it. Dude, they got to get some fucking railings up. That could be dangerous. Because basically, when you get in game mode and go mode, you're rolling. So the last thing you want to see is like Rick Barry going for an ATP and ended up in some dude's lap like 10 feet down. That's not going to be good. So I'm sure they'll figure the railings out. What a cool thing, though. All right, the article number 2, the actual NBA All-Star Game itself. So it's been a few years since I watched the NBA All-Star Game. And outside of maybe, okay, it's on the TV, whatever. But back in the day, the MJ and Magic and Larry Bird, it was a really special fucking thing. And then have the dunk contest, and they have the 3-point contest, and then they have the game. And for whatever reason, along the way, this has just turned into a 3-point shooting contest. And the interest has waned in the game. So the NBA this year came out with a new format. Follow me for a second, because I'm still trying to figure out what's happening. The format, it says the All-Star Game, the grand finale of the NBA's 2025 All-Star Weekend, will bring a new format and hopefully competitive game to San Francisco's Chase Center. The league's new format, a mini tournament, 4 teams and 3 games composed of 24 of the league's top players. It's a chance to make the All-Star Game more appealing for all involved, and for the fans' sake, more enjoyable to watch on television. For all 3 games of the mini tournament, the first team to 40 points wins. There's prize money pool of $1.8 million, with each player on the championship team earning $125,000. Each player on the second place team will receive $50,000, and each player on the third and fourth place teams will get $25,000. Now, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal are honorary general managers for their respective teams, which they selected during a draft. The 4th team is Sunday's All-Star Tournament. It's Team C, the winner of Friday night's Rising Stars Challenge. The younger stars competed in 3 game tourneys, including NBA rookies, sophomores, and top G League players. WNBA legend Candace Parker is the honorary GM for Team C. So the schedule: Game 1, Kenny's Young Stars versus Chuck's Global Stars. Game 2, Shaq's OGs versus Candace's Rising Stars. Game 3 is the championship. Game 1 winner versus Game 2 winner at 10 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. This is a fucking debacle. Wait, what is this? I know they want to try to mix things up, and it's okay. But hot damn, why is it so fucking complicated? And how many people are we going to involve in the All-Star game? The All-Star game was reserved for, I don't know, the 10 best players in each conference. That used to be it. And that was the All-Star game. And they would go at it. And sometimes a little harder than others. And I get it. There's not a ton of defense, but we got to see the biggest stars. This is a fucking hodgepodge of what? I'm all about change. I think change is good. It's one constant in life. But what are we doing here? Why? I don't understand. I've read this 15 times, and I'm still trying to understand what the fuck's going on. So, can I just have Steph and LeBron and Anthony Edwards out there and just doing their thing? Like, I want to make it pretty simple. I don't need to complicate this shit. Give me Luka. I mean, give me the game's biggest fucking stars. That's all I want. That's it. It's not that hard. But, well, I don't know. The one thing about Adam Silver, he certainly has no problem trying new shit, including sports gambling in NBA arenas, which I full-heartedly support. So, NBA All-Star Game tomorrow in San Francisco. Big weekend in San Francisco, by the way. Okay, Alex Bregman signs with the Boston Red Sox. Breaking news. Bregman to the Red Sox. That's right. Look, Detroit made a really strong play at Bregman. $170 million guaranteed as opposed to the $120 that he got from Boston. Now, Boston gave him an opt-out after the first year. They gave him an opt-out after the second year of the 3-year deal. He's making 40 racks. 40. I mean, that's a lot of M's per year for Bregman. Now, that said, he's worth it. He's at the height of his career. He is a perennial winner. Gold glove at third base. Could play him all over the field if you had to. And the demeanor and just overall personality that he brings to that Red Sox clubhouse, they're going to compete with the Yankees this year. Look the fuck out. I'm telling you. Now, let's not forget this too. Bregman is going to go play for Alex Cora. So you had Alex Cora and AJ Hinch fighting for Bregman. So it brings up this question, and this makes a lot of sense. If you're Alex Bregman, would you have accepted the Detroit offer, which was about $40 million more guaranteed, but it was over 6 years, as opposed to the short-term deal, 3 years with Boston? It's not even close. You go to Boston. A couple different reasons. Think about this. If Bregman's contract comes up in 3 seasons from now, or he decides to exercise the opt-out after this year or next year, you're in a hitter's ballpark. You are at a place very similar, actually, to Minute Maid. You get towards center field, it gets a bit cavernous, but Alex Bregman, you look at all his homers in his pop, it's, he pulls his hands in as well as anybody. So you had the juice box, the short porch at Minute Maid certainly helped Bregman through the course of his career. Well, the Green Monster is going to do the exact same fucking thing. Green Monster, by the way, I walked it off before. It's 295 feet. That's it. 295 feet. Now, I had a homer go over the Green Monster that would not have gone out in other places, but I've also had one taken away, hit like a 2-iron that would have gone out of any ballpark, yet it did not go out of Fenway because it hit it on the rise. I would take that trade-off, though. Every time I stood in the box at Fenway, it just felt right. I mean, what an awesome place to hit. So look out for the Red Sox. I think that's a huge sign for them. Yankees, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they respond. Boone, not happy about a lot of the Dodgers' comments about the World Series. And he said something the other day along the lines of, I hope when we win, we handle it with more class than the Dodgers did. Now, I would say, look, I know what you're referring to because a lot of the Dodgers came out and said, we just knew we were more prepared. We knew that we were a better baseball team in the sense that we're going to do the right things. And if you go back and you look at all the things that transpired in the World Series from a fundamental perspective, the Yankees completely got fucking outplayed. So as a manager, I think instead of getting upset about that and upset about the comments, I think I'd be addressing the guys in my locker room, especially now for spring training, because this is where the fundamentals are taken care of, the PFPs, everything else. These are the things that matter. The way you run the bases, every inch, fight for every inch. That's the shit that we have to be putting in our players' minds now. In 2007, Kirk Gibson came in as a coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he set the tone in spring training by saying every single ball that's hit the outfield, if you're on first base, every single ball, whether it's a line drive, base hit to left field, to center field, to right field, does not matter. He wanted us going first to third. Every ball. So we must have had a dozen people thrown out at third base, but what he was doing was setting the tone for how he expected us to run the bases. Before that season as well, Bob Melvin came up to me. I was 25 for 26 in stolen bases. And he goes, Byrnesy, I don't think you quite understood me last year when I told you to steal every time you get on fucking base. Steal every time you get on base. Get a lead, get a jump, go. The freedom that gave me then, all of a sudden, propelled me to 50 bags. But that was set in spring training. So every chance I got, as soon as I saw this, by any pitcher, I was gone. This is a mentality when it comes to positioning in the outfield, when it comes to making sure we're hitting the right guy in the cutoffs, knowing where your cutoffs are going to be, the double cuts, all of it. All this shit is established now. This is the stuff that teams need to be focusing on. This is where, honestly, championships are won and lost. So give Dave Roberts and Bob Guerin and the rest of that Dodgers coaching staff a shit ton of credit because they had baseball players on that team that made baseball plays. And that's why they fucking won. Miguel Rojas was on again the other day on some show I saw where he's saying we weren't the best team. He was on with Chris Rose. It's like, we just really weren't the best team. And Chris Rose was taking it back. He's like, what are you talking about? Of course you guys were the best team. You guys are the World Series winners. And no. He goes, look at it. Look at our staff towards the end of the year. It was completely depleted with injuries. The Padres, he felt, and this has been said a couple different times, were loaded. That was the best team. Yet the Dodgers figured out a way to prevail. And by the end of the year, again, maybe they weren't the best team on paper with who they were running out there, but you got to play the game, and you got to play the game the right way. So it will be fun to see as these guys now are well underway. And speaking of the Dodgers, they plan to use a 6-man rotation this season, but it is on hold right now until star right-hander Shohei Ohtani returns to the mound in May, according to team president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman. Okay, so Friedman told reporters that 5 days off in April combined with the Dodgers' depth in rotation candidates can make the alter plan work. Ohtani, by the way, will not be counted against the 13 pitcher limit they have now implemented in Major League Baseball. Okay, so let's look at this for a second. You have Ohtani, back in May. And, this is really just 1 month into the season. As well as Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Hiroki Sasaki. Add on Blake Snell. Oh, yeah. Did you guys forget? The Dodgers signed fucking Blake Snell and a guy who might be as nasty as any of them, Tyler Glasnow, who was hurt last year. That rotation, when healthy, when firing, could be the nastiest rotation in the history of Major League Baseball. Seriously. Think about it. I don't give a fuck. You could give me Glavine, Maddox, Sproul. No. Sasaki, 100 miles per hour, devastating split. Yamamoto, high 90s, devastating split. Slider, 19 different pitches. Blake Snell, Cy Young Award winner, lefty, went on untouchable. He proved that last year with San Francisco. Tyler Glasnow. I just had somebody the other day was talking to me about Tyler Glasnow. You know who it was? Clint Frazier. So Clint Frazier said, yeah. He goes, I would get in the box against whoever it was, and I had all the confidence in the world. He said, but there were a few guys that I'd face and be like, oh, fuck, okay. And he said Tyler Glasnow was one of those guys. So think about this. Ohtani, arguably some of the best stuff to ever step on a big league mound, backed up with Yamamoto, Sasaki, Snell, and Glasnow. Holy shit, man. Oh, yeah. They just signed Clayton Kershaw back for an 18th year, too. Hall of Famer. What are we going to get from Kershaw? I don't know. Who knows? But they have a plethora of dudes. And this is the best rotation in baseball now, and arguably, and we'll see if they can all stay healthy and keep rolling, because last year they had a good rotation too, and then it just everywhere. But this could be the greatest rotation in the history of Major League Baseball. So when you talk about the Dodgers, I think 100 and the Mariners, what, they won 115, 116 that year. This could be the first team to win 120 games. Just on the sheer fact that their pitching is that dominant. It's going to be really, really fucking hard to score runs against the Dodgers. Between their defense and those arms, this is now one of those situations where back in the day it was like, hey, let's try to get in the bullpen, right? Now, I feel like teams are like going to their bullpen earlier. So then you have the bullpen waiting in back of these arms. I think they could do it. I don't know what the OU is. We'll get into that here, shortly on another show. But I'm bullish on the Dodgers. I really am. I think this team could win 120 games. It sounds absurd, but winning baseball games is about run prevention. Before we even talk about run scoring, it's fucking run prevention. And let's not forget the MVPs sitting there at the front of that lineup. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani. Just 1, 2, 3. That's at the top of your lineup every single night. So, got to stay healthy, but should be fun to watch. Okay, so last night, a really cool story. Auburn's Kay Bellew hit his first home run of the season. And it happened just hours after his mother passed away. Really, really cool moment. Now, they were trying to figure out, obviously, if Cade was going to play or not. I couldn't even imagine, the emotions, especially at that time of your life. And here it is. His mother, Stacy, passes away. And his father put it pretty simply. He's like, she would have wanted him out there. He goes out there. He gets a knock, his first at bat. And then later in the game, a homer to right center field, just, bring tears to anybody's eyes. So college baseball is back and firing, and these are the type of stories that just, they hit. Here we go. Yeah, internet sucks, but just really cool. All right, we are back. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, for sure on Monday. And we'll back on Tuesday for the Deuces Wild. We'll get more information about the Giants in spring training and everything that's going on there. Will usually is in spring training with the Giants, but just had that knee replacement. So he won't be there, but I know he's reporting in with these guys and getting the reports on everything that's going on. So it'll be fun to get a nice update on that. All right. That's it. Everyone have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. And if you're in the Bay Area, check out the Pickleball Bash. There's a small chance I get down there tomorrow. Small chance. But if I do, I certainly will fire it on social media. It looks so fucking cool. So Warfield Theater, 1 o'clock today, and then 12 noon tomorrow. Okay. See